Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
Skye Squad, we are back in the building. We got some stories for you guys today, so let's go ahead and get down to the nitty, to the gritty. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. Make sure you guys comment, like, share, and join the texting community so that I can send you a text message as soon as a new video drops. Now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get down to the news. Kathy Hilton, Kyle Richards, it sounds like there's a little bit of a beef brewing according to sources. Okay, let me give you guys the gist. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, Kathy Hilton is Kyle Richards' sister. Kathy Hilton is also the mother to Paris Hilton and Nikki Hilton as well. And Kathy Hilton is also married to a real estate mogul who actually used to employ Mauricio, which is Kyle's husband, until Kyle's husband started his own agency called The Agency. Okay, just a bit of background. Now, apparently back in the day when that whole split happened from Mauricio leaving under Kathy Hilton's husband agency, there was a little bit of beef surrounding that according to sources, okay? So there's still some of that, playing out, I'm sure, in the family dynamics. Now, what we're being told is this, all right? Apparently, there's definitely been a clash of egos while filming, an insider noted to Life and Style, okay? They say Kyle's gotten used to her status as the queen bee figure in the cast, and Kathy is a big personality, and allegedly Kyle is petrified that she'll steal her thunder. The sibling rivalry is already intense, and it's bound to get even worse. Now, they go on to talk about how Kyle and her sister Kathy's relationship is really different from Kyle and her sister Kim, because as you guys know, Kim's alcohol and issues kind of put Kyle into a caregiver position with her middle child sister. And Kathy has always been the older, more accomplished sister who's sort of been the head of that family, okay? Now, with Kathy having Paris Hilton and Nikki Hilton both being really successful entrepreneurs and celebrities, it kind of gives Kathy a bit more ammunition to potentially overshadow Kyle. Now, the source goes on to say Kyle adores her nieces, but feels like Paris and Nikki can help increase Kathy's popularity, especially if they make a lot of appearances on the show. And they say that she's scared that the Hiltons will push her out of the spotlight. Now, I don't know how much of all that is the truth, but I do think that we could end up seeing some type of sister-sibling rivalry, okay? It would only stand to reason that that would be the case because we know that there have been issues between Kathy and Kyle in the past with the two going on, not speaking for certain periods of time due to things that have happened with the family, and a little bit of it being that the perception was that Kyle didn't defend Kim Richards enough when she was indeed on the show in a full-time capacity. Well, now they're saying that Kyle is sort of bringing in the reinforcements. It's unclear as to whether that's with the other ladies having her back, or if that's with her trying to bring in her sister Kim Richards. But it wouldn't surprise me if we saw Kim make a lot of appearances on the show as she has in previous seasons. It also wouldn't surprise me if they needed to bring in Brandi Glanville at some point in time in the future, because we know they tend to rely on Brandi when the drama is a little scarce, okay? They'll rely on Brandi, or they'll rely on Camille to come back in and to spice things up, because sometimes the ladies seem to be a little bit timid to really go there with each other. And sometimes that franchise needs a villain in order to spark the chaos and the drama. So we'll just have to see how that plays out. Moving right along, I want to get into some things that are going on with Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, we know that production has been shut down due to the current pandemic, okay? We know all that. We know that Shamia is recovering, okay? We know that Porsha had an incident from which she is recovering from as well. No word on what that was related to, but on her Instagram account, she made it seem as though it was because of exhaustion. Okay, so we want to definitely give her and Shamia some well wishes as they continue to go throughout this healing journey. But we also have word from Cynthia Bailey on how filming is going during this pandemic and what exactly was occurring around the time of production shutting down. Apparently, Cynthia says that the current status of production is we are all still quarantining right now. We are quarantining right now, and I have to give Bravo some props, okay? She says, we have been shooting this show for almost 6 months now with very few incidents. They have done an amazing job keeping us healthy and safe. We get regular testing. I just had a test yesterday. I've been getting tested once a week for 6 months. By the grace of God, we've been able to actually shoot this show, and we only have about 3 more weeks left. So we should finish our quarantine, hopefully, probably by the end of next week, and knock out these last couple of weeks and give you guys season 13, okay? So there's that bit of information, and these are some things that we already kind of knew. I didn't necessarily know how often the testing process was going on, because I know that different shows have different parameters by which they have to sort of administer these tests for the ladies as they continue to go along, depending on the network. VH1 may have different policies than Bravo, and Bravo may have different policies from, you know, a WeTV or that sort of thing. So we just kind of have to play that by ear and see what we hear as things go along. But I want to get into something else though, because a report from TMZ just came out last night, okay? And it's confirming something that we pretty much already knew, but it's that Tanya Sam has ditched and bailed on filming for the rest of the season for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And they say that it's even unclear as to whether or not she will actually attend this year's reunion. And it's all due to the prevalence of the upcoming storyline, which we all know to be Strippergate, in which it was accused that she and Porsha had had some type of rendezvous or three-way activity with that good stripper that was down in the Charleston with the ladies on their bachelorette party trip for Cynthia Bailey before her wedding, okay? Now, here's the thing. Tanya was only actually a friend of the show, and apparently that had always been her choice to be a friend. Now, I question that choice all the time, because I've always stated this. If they can get enough drama from you as a friend, why would they even need to pay you for full-time status? But if you can come on, if you're already being thrust into the midst of the drama, you might as well sign on to be a full-time cast member, get full-time perks, get all the press that you want to get, and also, you know, get that good coin, okay? Get more in terms of that good coin. So you might as well get all the full benefits of being on the show if you're going to suffer all the consequences of being on that show. And at this point in time, you know, they're saying that she's upset because this whole situation could have affected her relationship. Now, the article goes on to say that she's contemplating not coming to the reunion as well. To me, that would be a major misstep on her behalf, because, you know, even if she stops filming on this show, here's the thing. The moment you decide that you're not going to film is the moment that you allow someone else to tell your story. And ultimately, the best way to sort of bounce back from an incident like this is by actually staying in the show, staying on, doing confessionals, responding to the haters, responding to the allegations, and then deading the situation yourself. And then going to the reunion, showing up, looking fabulous and fierce and all that good stuff, answering the questions as truthfully as possible, and then owning your truth. If she did it, here's the thing. If it did involve her, you gotta own it, and you gotta own it and move on. Because if not, listen, here's the thing. A lot of times you can own a situation right up front and sort of push out this narrative of it being some sort of scandal and downplaying the entire situation, and then owning your own mistakes. If you didn't do it, okay, then obviously this is your opportunity to clear the air and dispel any rumors, and that way you guys can move on in the solidarity of your own lives, move on from this show in general, and don't come back. But you have to know that when you sign up for a show like this, anything can happen, and anything always does. And anything usually consists of something happening with her relationship, okay? Since she's been on the show, that's been her focal point. So I'm like this, 3 seasons in, girl, you gotta know. You gotta understand how the game works, okay? But anyway, that's the news that we got for you guys today. Make sure you guys stay locked onto the channel, hit that notification bell button, and I will see you in the next video.